Could even stand the praying, hoping that my mom will get well for this. As sadly to say, oof, oh god, this thing on. Is this camera tilt? Oh. The last time that I posted last Christmas, which is a private prequel, yeah, it's disturbing for that. More like a thriller. Before the murders, the accusations, so on for that. So now, here's this book, Privilege, which is a spin-off of the prequel. I know spin-offs are bad, to say the least, so you want to check the video out of the spin-off, more spin-offs, you could link the video down below. So, anywho, let's camera still. So, this novel has centered on one Ariana Osgood, the main antagonist of the novel. Well, she ended up in Trinity Correctional Facility, which is a prison slash psychiatric for that. Oh, you mean that prison asylum? Even prison, even psychiatric prison for that? Um, keep up when I'm talking, please. Well, anyway, she ended up serving 25 years to life for the murder of Thomas Pearson, the last private novels of the Star Private, as well, and to the confession. So, you know the rest. She ended up traumatizing her old life and everything beneath it. That the psychiatrist had mocked her a lot, which is a blur of a denial, even going through her head part. So she ended up wallowing herself in self-pity, not to admit her guilt, but ended up with insanity for this. Well, as you know, the book Private is written by Katie Bryan, which series lasts for thinking 14 or 15 novels for that, but it stopped for that with the finale, which was Vengeance, which is the final private novel, which ended in 2011 for that. Which, after the book Privilege, which is spin-off, ended that. So, I might not go into details of that info, but I'll stay clear from it. So, let's get back. Ariana ended up befriended with Caitlin Nottingham, who was in this asylum serving time for killing her guardian for that. that she was framed for this by a daughter of the Guardian, who's nothing but a greedy, self-centered, explicit, only care about the money and the money only, which her grandmother had got. So the two end up striking up a mid-sentence conversation, and everything went on really for that. At nighttime, at the lights out, Ariana ended up in a struggling of this sickness or something, which ended up having a 24-hour or 48-hour suicide watch. Watch. She went plot to get revenge on that psychiatrist who mocked her, destroy her life by broken spirit. After 2 days are up, that she went back into normalcy with all the other asylum mates. So everyone ended up escaping out of this asylum, leaving everything behind of this escape, leaving from DC towards Maryland for that, or Texas. So she hightailed on the bus and ride on out towards Texas, and towards this pit stop before I head off to Texas. And end up on a pit stop in the south of this. So she ended up getting the luxury that she wanted back. Apparently, the news crews, everyone knows the news crews of her daring escape, that she's on the run, that everybody's looking for her, knowing that Ariana's alive or dead. So one thing that she ended up landing on out, arriving to Texas, where she met Leona Lehigh for this. And she ended up bonding along with other people, including the love of her life, Theo or something. So she knew Brianna Lehigh ended up telling her life story, how her mom died of cancer, her father had been murdered, that her grandmother raised her for this, knowing that she got the inheritance for that, and that the charge ended up behind bars for the crime. Everything went smoothly for her, knowing that she was all alone for that mess. After her father's assassination, But apparently, Ariana might have doubts on Rihanna for that. But it's not a complicated one for this. So she ended up changing her hairstyle, her wardrobe, and everything else for this. Apparently, until Ariana discovered the truth and discovered everything, which it didn't add up for this. Until a revelation came to light that does make no sense for that. That Caitlyn had killed her charge after his wife's passing of cancer for that. Which Caitlyn ended up making a move for this. And making a move onto him. Making Rihanna Levi furiously angry. For vengeance for that, she ended up killing her father for that. Cold blood and framing Caitlyn for that. Which land Caitlyn behind bars and Rihanna Leary getting away with it. With all the letters and everything else exposed in his work office, which sounds a bit far-fetched. Even letters know everything of the truth. And apparently, the will for this case of the inheritance ended up changing for this, which erased Caitlyn out of the will because of the last parole board was quickly denied. That she won't get nothing. That she won't get everything for this. No money, not everything, gone. Which led to Breonna Leary as a sole survivor for that. That hesitation overdue, and did the unthinkable plot by killing Breonna Leary for that, in which that she did, which is a horror killing, like all these horror movies, which I'm not gonna talk about this ever. In order to cover up the crime scene and everything else, she ended up she ended up bringing Rihanna's body along for the ride, and I tell Harriet back to DC for this, where she met the assigned psychiatrist once again, which was her to bring Caitlyn out of this asylum, in which that he did. So the two end up flying out by escape, and eventually dumping Breonna's body into the river with one actress, but using Ariana's necklace as the bait. pretending to be the dead person for that. And when the feds discover of the decease of Ariana, knowing that the search is over, and the fake Ariana was dead. Not too surprised for that. Which the assigned psychiatrist knows of her necklace, of the dead body, which isn't Ariana's for that. So the media press got a whirlwind of Ariana's death, which is a fake one for that. Which the press are hounding everything. What was the cause of death like? And did she drown herself by suicide or something else like that? Which the press and they're cramming around for this. Even media does know about. While reporters end up telling everything about the fake Ariana's death for this. Supposed to. So afterwards, the fallout between Ariana and Caitlyn was a nightmare of hell, and the two end up separated for that, which led Caitlyn towards the unknown, and Ariana ended up living her own life for this. So she ended up changing up disguise for one last time, which is attending her own funeral. Not a surprise, knowing that it was a private funeral, that her parents attended, knowing that they throw a funeral for her. Few of her friends and them attending, and not some of these friends were not attending to the funeral because they sided with Thomas for that. So, yeah, that is not a awkward move for this, but a chilling surprise of a uninvited guest that the assigned psychiatrist now been fired at the asylum by letting Ariana go for this or escape for that mess. Knowing that the former psychiatrist's life was ruined in an instant. So she left her old life behind, that Ariana Osgood is no more, and went back to DC towards a new boarding school for a fresh start and a new life, as well as a new identity, named Brianna Leary, for using her dead assignment mate, charged daughter, Brianna Leary, cousin name, with a short name, Anna. This is odd and confusing, isn't it? Which the novel ends here, indefinitely. Well, this first novel, A Privilege, is a twist and turns for that, with Ariana and spending 25 years of life behind the asylum, and escape, changing a new life without getting caught, knowing that Mia, even if Mia is wanting of this escaped convict or something, that the police is looking for her, of her whereabouts, that she ended up laying low and going towards Texas, of hiding her true self for this, which ended up changing her name for that. Decided to kill a rich girl who ended up doing the real murder and getting away with it by living off the money of her family. Yeah, more like a spoiled brat she was. The takeaway is that Ariana's psychological mind has been broken away within her spirit mind, that she had no one else to turn to, that herself cannot contain to help. So that she ended up getting her life messed up with this. The one thing that she ended up is escaping out of this asylum was a fresh start for her. That she missed her old life of the wealth before she was taken away behind bars for this. That she wanted to get her life, her wealth back. That she wanted to do. And at the end of the novel, that she attended to this exclusive boarding school, that she snuck in towards Althorn Price boarding school for that, to restart her life on a fresh note for that. Hoping the second novel, Privilege, will explain everything for that, and everything from this misdeed to that. So, stay tuned for that.